We're witnessing this take place right now with the redistricting effort across the country in Republican states at his behest, at his direction. He's asking for it. And largely, the mainstream media is absolutely asleep at the wheel. I am wrapping up the final days of my trip here to Japan. Brittany Page and I have had a wonderful time. Last night, I'm going to do a video about this tomorrow, but last night we encountered a protest, an anti-Trump protest in the streets of Tokyo that I want to talk about. But let's get to that tomorrow. Today, let's talk about the continued and increasingly unhinged nature of Donald Trump. It seems as though every time he feels a lull in his authority or attempting to pretend he's president of the United States, he runs to Truth Social to act like an abject, crazy person. Someone who is detached from reality, absolutely unhinged. And yesterday was no different. Donald Trump, over the course of his time as president, his time in politics, his time as a political leader, has given bad advice. Nearly every time he opens his mouth, he does something that endangers the American people in general. But more importantly to Donald Trump, he endangers his followers. Yesterday on Truth Social, he did the thing that he loves to do where he plays doctor, whether that be not playing doctor in the childish sense, although I'm sure he loves that as well. Just ask Stormy Daniels or any other person he's paid for sex. He wants you to avoid medication. He wants your children to avoid medication. It's not quite to the level of asking you or suggesting that you inject bleach or some other kind of disinfectant into your body to kill COVID or shine light into some orifice because light kills it in a matter of seconds or whatever nonsense. He put this out on Truth Social, this all caps grandpa screed where he can't spell the word hepatitis correctly. I don't know if he can't spell chicken pox or thinks it's chicken pea. But this is what he posted. Pregnant women, comma, and then all caps, don't use Tylenol unless absolutely necessary, comma. Don't give Tylenol to your young child for virtually any reason, comma. Break up the MMR shot into 3 totally separate shots, parenthetically, not mixed. Take chicken pea shot separately. Take hepatitis spelled incorrectly, B shot at 12 years old, comma, or older, comma, and, comma, importantly, comma. Take vaccine in 5 separate medical visits, exclamation point. President DJT. And then he cites a Daily Caller article. Not credible journalism, not a credible outlet. The Daily Caller was founded by Tucker Carlson, if that gives you any information about their accuracy or dedication to accuracy. He did not stop there, though. In fact, I think the more important post of yesterday comes in his adherence to election conspiracy and his promise, his signaling that he's absolutely going to interfere in the 2026 and 2028, the 2026 midterms and the 2028 general election. I talked just the other day before the weekend about Steve Bannon's promise, his admitting that there is a conspiracy underfoot of right-wing individuals to interfere in the 2028 election, up to and including the violation of the 22nd Amendment of the Constitution, which prohibits any president from having a third term in office. Donald Trump posted this. What's worse, the NBA players cheating at cards and probably much else, or the Democrats cheating on the elections? The 2020 presidential election being rigged and stolen is a far bigger scandal. Look what happened to our country, capital C for some reason, when a crooked moron became our president. I'm gonna stop right there. I think we all know what happened when a crooked moron became president of the United States. We're experiencing it right now. We experienced it at noon on January 20th, 2017, when he was inaugurated the first time. This absolutely crooked, increasing his net worth by orders of magnitude, Donald Trump is a crooked moron who is president of the United States. The same moron who can't spell the word hepatitis, or at the very least, doesn't see fit to use a spell checker on his iPhone when he's tweeting on his personally owned social media network. I assume he means Biden, who in no way, under any understanding of what a moron is, was a moron or is a moron. We now know everything. I hope the DOJ pursues this with as much quote-unquote gusto as benefiting the biggest scandal in American history. If not, it will happen again, including the upcoming midterms. No mail-in or early voting. Yes to voter ID. Watch how totally dishonest the California prop vote is. Missing millions, of ballots being shipped. Get smart, Republicans, before it's too late. This is absolutely Donald Trump signaling that he is going to interfere, that he will rig the 2026 election. And I don't mean through conspiratorial means. We're witnessing this take place right now with the redistricting effort across the country in Republican states at his behest, at his direction. He's asking for it. And largely, the mainstream media is absolutely asleep at the wheel. CBS's Margaret Brennen, who is now just an underling, she is subservient to wild bigot Barry Wise, who now runs CBS News, had the temerity, had the gall, had the absolute lack of ability to see what has happened in the past and what is currently happening, and then base a judgment around those two things to see what is very possible going to happen in the future. And she asked the minority leader of the House of Representatives, Hakeem Jeffries, about how dare you? Why are you asking? Why are you suggesting that Donald Trump will rig the election? You said that talking about rigging an election is bad. Why are you saying this? Missing the moment. Not reporting accurately on what has taken place, what is taking place, and what will indeed take place. Watch this.
I want to ask you about something you said. You said Democrats, there are no election deniers on our side of the aisle. You said that back in January. But recently, you've been using the term rigged elections in reference to the upcoming midterms. Democrats were appalled when President Trump used language like that. How do you justify using that now? Doesn't that undermine faith for voters? You need to show up.
No, I've been using that term in the context of Donald Trump's unprecedented effort to gerrymander congressional maps in a partisan fashion all across the country in order to rig the midterm elections and deny the ability of the American people to actually decide who should be in the majority as it relates to the House of Representatives.
You know, Democrats are also going through gerrymandering and redistricting.
No. Well, Democrats are going to push back aggressively to make sure that we have fair maps across the country, not partisan gerrymandering, which Republicans have initiated in state after state after state.
Corporate media has absolutely lost the plot. Margaret Brennen has zero credibility whatsoever in this space. CBS is no longer a trusted outlet. For decades and decades and decades, they brought us newsmen, news reporters like Walter Cronkite, and now this is what we have because of the right-wing takeover of CBS News, which, by the way, as an aside, they are seeking Bret Baier, the chief correspondent, the straight newsman from Fox News, to lead CBS News. The guy who spends holidays at Mar-a-Lago golfing with Donald Trump. That's who they want to be their Walter Cronkite. And as they look the other way while Donald Trump and the Republicans openly, publicly, not just signal that they're going to rig it, they are attempting to do so, and they're not even hiding it. And her question is for Hakeem Jeffries. How dare you suggest that there's rigging taking place? Absolutely disgusting. I'll leave it there. I would love your opinion on this. You can comment below wherever you're watching the video, whether that be Facebook or YouTube. Please subscribe to this channel on YouTube. If you are not yet subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. You might think you are and you're not. We're trying to get to 1.5 million subscribers by the end of the year, and it's only with your help that we'll be able to do it. in an effort to, one, support independent media and also the dissemination of the truth, because obviously it is something we need to worry about in 2025 and into the future. You can call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I love and appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.